Hey guys, it's me again, the MetaVerse Explorer. Thanks for joining me. So today's small episode is an interview with the general manager of Rfox Games, Fadz Yusof. We're going to be slamming down in the new Cog Slam game, which is available on iOS and Android. It's a play-to-earn, free-to-play as well, which is very rare. Alright, without further ado, let's get to it. Thanks very much. And hey guys, at the end of the video, we have 5 starter packs to give away. So all you gotta do is like, subscribe, and answer the 5 questions we're going to ask. It'll be first come, first serve, so whoever answers the questions first. All right, thanks guys for joining back. This is Leon, the MetaVerse Explorer. So we have with me Fadz Yusof, the general manager of Rfox Labs. So Fadz, we've heard a bit about your history and your gaming experience. Can you tell us a bit more about your story from the COGS point of view?
So yeah, thank you for inviting me to the chat, Leon.
Yeah,
Very
no
happy
problem.
to be here.
No problem.
So I've been around in the gaming space for about 20 years now. Back in the day, what I did was I worked for a massive multiplayer online company based out of Korea.
Yeah,
One
right.
of the biggest in the world, in Asia as well.
Yep.
I've spent my time in online gaming, telco, media, and fintech. And at the later part of my career, I was heavily involved in financial inclusion and fintech for digital and financial adoption. So a lot of people live below the poverty line in Southeast Asia because of the cost of living and wages here as well don't really match up sometimes, especially with the rising costs of expenses. And with COVID, we've seen a lot of people go into situations where they're not able to feed their families and unable to do the regular jobs. So this observation started way before COVID arrived, because we were doing projects related to financial inclusion by giving people micro loans.
Right, okay.
Hoping that will help them improve their daily lives as well as get a proper credit score. But we are still basing it off the rules of banks and how they score people and how they determine who should not be financially included.
Right.
However, with blockchain, it seems to me that there was a huge opportunity to bring these people aboard for digital adoption and financial inclusion as well, because the thing is, the mechanisms that a lot of these projects are using actually allows people to enter crypto at a very low cost and be able to generate profits for themselves or steady passive income through participating in projects. However, that's still a barrier of entry in a lot of different countries, because they're not even able to secure capital to enter the space, right? Because you need to buy a certain amount of assets before you can start yielding passive income.
Yeah, that's right.
So when we looked at the model, we realized that there was a huge opportunity for us to grab users that have zero or very low disposable income to invest in projects like this, but also are willing to spend time to play and grind for something. So that's almost the equivalent of back in the day when you have World of Warcraft, where people were mining for gold and selling it to people who have cash. So you're just exchanging the effort of somebody to collect something you wanted and pay $1 value for it, right? So we are trying to improve that situation with COGS, which is our first game, and our ecosystem. COGS actually allows people to make a small investment back in the day by buying buying sets of COGS and tubing them, and eventually staking them for passive rewards. So when we saw this model was actually getting a lot of adoption, we realized that the next phase for us is to basically build content around our COGS, which are keys to other games. So our COGS have always been meant to be interoperable, and the first game that displays this will be COGS, and then after the second game we'll be using the COGS for different purposes in different games as well. So it's just give it in the next game. So for example, if COGS are used as gaming assets in Slam to bring a whole shoot to play with someone else, those COGS could be different towers in a tower defense game, for example, or different car parts in a car game, for example. So there's no limit to how we can utilize the COGS. It's just that the utility would differ from game to game depending on the context.
So there are a few points that you brought up there, which makes me think of the play to earn concept that's coming out. That's like a new phenomenon that's arising soon. We'll have some time to talk about that as well. But I specifically like the idea of the COGS keys to other games, where traditionally I would play a game and all my assets in that game is stuck in there. I can't take it outside anywhere. So if I want to start a new game, I have to start from scratch. I have no more assets to go, which really annoys me sometimes. So I think this is something that the COGS is kind of addressing. Is that right?
Yeah, well, the way I see it, the way for NFTs to thrive in a space that is going to be populated by people who are not speculative buyers of our COGS is that we need to show them that if they purchase something related to ecosystem, it can be used
It's still there
in as many ways as possible. Yeah, so we don't want to lock ourselves in a situation where we can only use COGS for games like Slam, because I think it's the utility case for NFT is really should be decided by the developer on how they can expand it, and not just to have a collection for the sake of having a collection. There's nothing wrong with buying COGS and not playing Slam or participating in the ecosystem. Some people just want to collect a full set.
People are collectors.
They're collectors, and the thing is, our first generation of buyers basically were primarily collectors who love the designs, who love the concepts, who love the nostalgia around POGs back in the day, because essentially that's what the product is, but in a digital version of it.
And I guess that's as your ecosystem grows, as Rfox Games grows, you'll start attracting a whole heap of people, from the speculators first to actually the gamers, and now the play to earn people. But that brings me to the next question, if we can talk about it. So this is the Cog Slam game that we have playing middle of the screen now. We've got some footage of me looking at the app right now. Can you tell us specifically about the app? What can we do in this Cog Slam game?
So for the closed beta, what we're doing is allowing people to test out. One is the daily reward system that allows people to earn rewards without buying anything in the game. It's more of a faucet that allows people to exchange their time for a certain amount of credits. With these credits, which are called coins, they can use it to play the arena that gives you increased rewards the more people you beat as you go up the ladder. And the only way to be eliminated in arena is to lose 3 times in a row. Depending on how many times you win before you lose 3 times, your rewards will be given out accordingly in coins. Now, what we're doing for the closed beta is identifying people that are in our target market for play to earn, which is primarily in the Philippines.
And Southeast Asia in general, or just Philippines?
Philippines in general right now, because we're looking at making sure that the customer experience is for them to be able to download the game and a few days later be able to cash out into actual money in their wallet account.
Okay.
So that just makes the product a lot more relevant for them, and makes it a clear value proposition for why should we download and why they should play. So that's just the tip of the iceberg of the whole Rfox ecosystem for games. Because the thing is, earning coins gets you a chance to convert them into Rfox. And we will announce the conversion rate closer towards the end of the open beta. But we've set some requirements for you to be able to participate, so that we can test the system and stress test the servers as well for the number of people coming in.
Of course, there'll be a whole lot of people coming in to try and play this new game on iOS and Android, and especially with nice looking cogs like that, you'll have a lot of people interested, I think.
Yep. So as you can see, we are testing out the game engine and everything around it. But sooner, during the closed beta itself, you should be able to transfer your cogs from your existing Wax wallet, if you're an existing cogs collector, into the game, and you'll be able to see your cogs in the game, and you'll be able to flex those cogs against your opponents.
For others.
So right now right now the 3 modes that are available for people is single player, where you can practice your angle and your slam, try to figure out what's the best rhythm before you execute your slam to get the highest amount.
I've still yet to figure it out. I always get bad slams, so the Hanford, the community ambassador, he always beats me. I don't know what it is. He's really good. People practice, you know?
There's a few players in our community right now who understand the small nuances in the game to get the highest slam as possible.
Yeah.
I'll let the community find out themselves.
Yeah, of
But
course.
if you take a look at the old game that we had, old version basically had 4 variables where you press a button to secure a variable before the slam was being done.
Yeah.
The new version actually has all those variables as well, but managed in a different way, right? So
Yeah.
people who are very familiar about the old version will find it that they will have to adjust to get the best results from their slams whenever they play someone. And we do have people in our community that are scoring above 40
Wow.
consistently
Wow.
because they understand the timing. But if you compare the real life game of KOGS, even if you have the correct angle and the best slam,
Yeah, it's
the
chance.
number correct, because the thing is, even if you get a very high number of cogs that fly out of the stack, the one that determines the score is the cogs that you flip.
Yeah.
So I could have smashed 20 cogs onto the floor, but only 5 of them flipped, right?
Yeah.
So the flipping mechanism is still very close to a real life experience, because when you play cogs in real life, you could destroy the whole stack on your first slam, but the number of cogs that you flip are the ones that determine your score.
Yeah.
So I think this is the thing that keeps people on edge, because the thing is, even if you get the formula right, there's still a chance that the number of cogs will not flip for you to get the points.
Yeah, that's right. I think you need a little bit of RNG, a little bit of randomness in there to keep it exciting and creative for people. This brings me back to my my third question. Sorry though. So the Cog Slam game has a bit of nuance to it. So what do you think people most misunderstand about the Cog Slam game or the Cog Slam ecosystem? Are there any misconceptions?
Well, for one thing, I think people looking at it from a perspective of something like XE, which requires scholarships and a very complicated system of managing people with like a layer in between called a manager.
Yeah.
So for our ecosystem, we don't require that, even though I would have to very clearly state that the rewards for somebody in free to play for our ecosystem will be less than those people playing XC.
Yeah.
If they're casual gamers, but there's also a chance for you to earn quite a significant amount of money playing through the arena modes, which is available right now at closed beta, and later on the tournament modes as well. So a good player can basically get about maybe 100 coins a day. He saves it up and then basically be able to play arena where he could maybe earn another 500 coins. With that 500 coins, he can choose to buy in-game cogs to make his deck look more exciting, or be able to convert them into Rfox at a later date with an exchange rate that we will announce
and cash it out.
towards the end and cash it out. So people in closed beta in the Philippines, we are testing the Gcash off-ramp fiat, meaning it will land in a mobile e-wallet. However, for those who are not in Gcash and still part of the closed beta test, they can still cash out Rfox, meaning that if we release the conversion rate and there is a conversion facility within the game that's not activated yet, if you have 1,000 coins, you can use the conversion screen to change the 1,000 coins into Rfox. Like I mentioned before, the exchange rate is not final yet. We're still balancing the game, but that just means that even during the closed beta, if you qualify, meaning that you play 250 games at least, then it will put you into the pool of people who will get to transfer their coins into the open beta account, which starts in October. So open beta is almost for everyone, meaning that you don't start off from zero versus the open beta players. Some of the closed beta players who fulfilled the requirements, which I will mention again. One is you need 100 games to be able to earn the beta slammer.
I think that's achievable.
And then after that, 250 games if you want to keep your coin balance into our cash out phase, meaning that if you pay 250 games, then you'll be able to keep your coins, and then with the coins you convert them into Rfox using our in-game app, and then you need to go to a website where you log in and then request for withdrawal. So we're trying to make the system as easy as possible, and then allow people to be able to play this for a few days and then get some money for them to be able to test out our play to earn function.
Yeah.
The biggest, I think the biggest misunderstanding about us is, like I said before, right? We don't follow the same system as
like
the rest of
Axie.
the other play to game, like Axie. So they would need to get around the fact that yes, the rewards are less than Axie,
But I think
there was nothing, there was no investment for them in the first place. Yeah.
I think even though they're less, I think of it as more sustainable. Axie can't keep having high rewards. Where is it coming from? I think sustainability is the key.
So what we want to do is scale to a point where the number of people getting rewarded also increases the number of people in our ecosystem that will be able to use Rfox rewards for everything else, right? So the first phase, when they get Rfox, they can choose to cash it out, no problem. But when our MetaVerse comes out, these coins can be used for a lot of other stuff as well. They can buy NFTs, they can buy services, they can buy products. So bringing this amount of people into our ecosystem is not testing just for Rfox games alone, but also to test the environment that they will be in when our MetaVerse is slowly revealed throughout the end of the year, right? So somebody holding on to 100 Rfox can choose to cash it out, but with 100 Rfox, they can buy a limited NFT only available on the MetaVerse, or be able to purchase more packs for their NFTs. So the ecosystem right now is going through testing phase for both the play to earn as well as the utility of Rfox for the common person.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a giant ecosystem being built before our eyes. I wanted to pivot a bit more about the development of the game. Can we talk about the release dates, the improvements in the last beta release, and any partnerships or sponsorships that are public at the moment?
So our game is built in-house. We don't depend on AAA studio to build the game for us, because essentially we are treading on unexplored territory when it comes to play to earn and having casual games with a free to play business model. So a lot of people have to appreciate the fact that this hasn't been done before. A lot of the other projects depend on a large amount of investment and then trickle for set kind of payouts. Ours is, we will pay you for your time in the game and signing up and playing a game. However, it's not the only thing you can do in the game and with your Rfox, right? We want to make sure that they understand, I can do a lot more with my Rfox rewards. And that's just for Rfox. When you play the arena, there will be exclusive NFTs that are going to be awarded as prizes that cannot be bought. And these NFTs can be collected and tubed and staked as well, or used as access levels in different tournaments. So if I'm a free-to-play player and I want to enter, for example, a gold tournament, so I'll play arena until I can collect the whole set, so that I can get a rare tube and use that rare tube to enter the tournament, or I can actually use my coins to purchase tickets from others who have traded their tubes for tickets to enter these tournaments as well. So how it balances out the ecosystem is that we give the consumer options to be able to earn coins. If you have no time to earn coins to play arena, you can also buy coins from the app store. So for example, if it costs a certain amount of coins to enter the arena, for example 250, you can buy coins from the app store, play store, like how you typically would with any other game. Use those coins to play the arena modes for all those exclusive prizes. So it becomes a channel for people to compete against others and earn NFT rewards to complete their collection as well. And be able to use these tubes for other purposes like staking and entries into different things in the MetaVerse.
To be honest, it is a bit complicated from an outsider's point of view. Like, I know about Rfox games and I know about what you guys are building. For new people coming in, this might be a bit difficult to comprehend the scale of what you guys are trying to achieve. We'll move on though. Can you tell us a bit more of what you feel is the best part of the Rfox games ecosystem? How are all these separate components coming together? What do you have the most confidence in? What do you feel is great?
I think for us to acquire 100,000 users within a short amount of time is entirely possible, because the thing is, reaching out to people from communities like YGG, which is pretty much one of the biggest guilds for play to earn.
Yeah, I saw their announcement recently. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a few more communities as well, and that's just in the Philippines. We have discussions with those in Indonesia as well, which has 3 times the amount of people, 3 times the population of the Philippines. And if we are already seeing a large amount of interest from
From
Philippines alone,
Philippines. Yep. Indonesia is
once
next.
once we get the formula right and make sure the experience is easy, not too complicated,
Yeah.
and that it really puts money into people's hands, then the game will explode, right?
But the thing is, if it starts exploding, like if it starts trending on Twitter, like this will be a lot bigger than Philippines or Indonesia, won't it?
It will, but because of the fact that we're geographically located in Southeast Asia, our focal point is just to make sure that the territories around us basically enjoy this service, because we've seen the impact for COVID and how a small passive income channel actually might be insignificant to an American or Australian because it's just a few dollars a day, for example. That's too much work for a few dollars a day to potentially an Australian or American.
Yeah.
But for
Someone
Filipino,
in Philippines, yeah, it's a lot.
yeah, or for Vietnam, a few dollars a day is a huge deal.
Yeah.
They can pay for meals. They can make sure that they have enough to sustain themselves, and that is the reason why the focal point. I don't think it will be impressive to show an American who's been yielding, let's say, a few $100s a week in passive income for some other project, an opportunity like this, because the rewards are too small.
Yeah.
However, the rewards are significant for someone who are around these territories, because the disposable income level is generally quite low, and even giving them a few dollars a day for their efforts and participating in our ecosystem means a lot to them.
Yeah, it's immense. I've seen the documentaries and I've seen the impact some of these initiatives have had on the communities. It's just incredible, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't stop savvy free-to-play earners from being skilled at the game, collecting certain sets and selling them on the marketplace for more cash. It's just a matter of being clear on what the opportunities are, right? So if you look at it from just play this game and just get a few dollars a day, it is already a good value proposition for a lot of people. But for some of the people in this crowd, they're a bit more sophisticated, because it's not the few dollars a day that interests them, it's the NFTs that they're getting in the arenas and tournaments.
The limited edition NFTs because you won this tournament or you entered, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so these tournament sets are all tubable. These tournament sets will also be access levels into the MetaVerse as well. So it becomes a situation where somebody from the US, for example, or Australia or Europe, takes a look at the marketplace and says, oh my god, all these arena cogs are starting to appear already. So I can play myself, I can go in and play myself to earn them, or I can buy it off the marketplace from the free to play earners who basically just want to sell rewards for cash.
Yeah.
So that helps the ecosystem get more balanced over time. But for the initial phase, for closed beta, we're just focusing on making sure the game is playable, the features are clear, and then we are able to do withdrawal rewards for the people who participated.
Right. Okay. No problems. So wrapping it up, Fadz, we do have a few community questions. We'll hope you can answer them. Nothing too spoilerish, but so I did hear there's a very special NFT. There's a pineapple slammer for the beta testers. Can you tell us about that, please?
So when we invited the list of people for closed beta, we had some requirements for them to earn some rewards in the game. So there are 3 in particular. One is that you have to play 100 games to get the closed beta slammer.
Yep.
And this will be given to you, and you can keep it after closed beta. It will be dropped into your wallet as an NFT.
Yeah.
Second is that if you want to participate in the cash out or transfer from closed beta to open beta, you have to play a minimum of 250 games before you qualify.
Yeah.
And third, for us to be tracking all the leaderboards in terms of how many games you play, how many games you've won, how many cogs you flip, there will be a special Rfox prize for people who reach the leaderboard. So end of the month, when you look at the leaderboards, there will be people who top the leaderboard for specifically number of games being played.
Yep.
The top 3 people.
Cogs flipped, I think, as well.
Cogs flipped, yeah. All those different leaderboards. The total price is 50,000 Rfox. So we'll be distributing Rfox into those accounts as well. Not coins. We'll be distributing Rfox. So it's even before you get to convert your coins, it will be Rfox dropped into your account so that you can get rewarded for your efforts during the closed beta stage.
And that's 50,000 Rfox, everyone. I just want to let everyone know that is a lot of money to some people. If you're specifically good at this game, you can earn a lot of money if you...
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So if a free-to-play guy comes in and basically he enters the arena and he trashes everyone in the arena consistently, there's quite a bit of cash to be made. And during this phase itself, we are studying all the different mechanisms for inflow and outflow. Inflow is the amount of money coming into the game, and outflow is the amount of money coming out of the game, right?
Yep.
So the factors affecting inflow and outflow really depend on the value proposition. Why should I go into arena? Oh, if I spend my coins to go into arena, there's a chance that I can get more money than I have now and earn NFTs that are going to be valuable for me to sell on the marketplace. So imagine playing arena for like half an hour and going all the way up to like maybe 15 wins. And one of the prizes for 15 wins is it's a rare cog that is part of a set that cannot be bought, and collectors who are waiting for them to arrive on the marketplace will pay top dollar for it.
Pay.
Will pay. So imagine a situation where collectors basically benefit from a marketplace that has a lot more assets for them to purchase, and collectors sometimes purchase this not only for the fact that they want to collect sets, but also they want to be able to see the utility case for these NFTs for arena. Arena sets are extremely exclusive, meaning that it's not something you can buy on pack. You have to play to get this. So you have to play quite a bit to collect a whole set by yourselves, but a savvy free-to-play gamer can use those coins to buy those NFTs if you want,
and put it together.
So there is inflow and outflow balancing being done during this stage. So my plan was to get a lot more people into this beta, but we want to make sure that we are stable. There's still a bit of bugs in the game for some of the handsets out there. We are constantly collecting feedback from our community. I think we have about 1,000 people in our closed beta right now.
That's very good.
Before the beta started, and we do have a consistent activity level. So what we're doing is, once everything is tightened up, the leaderboards are out, the account system is there, the wallet basically starts accepting NFTs as well as tokens as well, then we can gauge our full launch window a lot better, because there is still some work to be done. There's still some integration work to be done for the wallets as well, and for the cash out, which I believe is a priority for us later towards the end of the month. I think once we have that cash out facility ready, once we open the gates, I think getting 10,000, 50,000 users in a short amount of time is not going to be an effort for us.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, especially since it's on iOS and Android, that's going to be open to a lot of people. And like Philippines, people are waking up to this idea of play to earn. So you're definitely tapping into a market, I think. So Fadz, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I've just got one last question for you. So Fadz Yusof, you are the general manager of Rfox Games. And there's a second game coming out as well. So the first one is Cog Slam. The second one isn't released, and there's not a lot of information on it at the moment. So what kind of impact do you think Rfox Games or Cogs itself under your leadership will have on the play to earn or the blockchain gaming industry?
Well, I think the scenario is similar to us being a disruptor, in a sense where back in the day there were subscription-based massive multiplayer online games like World of Warcraft, where you have to pay a subscription to enjoy the content, right?
No more. I will never do that again. I would never pay to play a game. I can play to earn now. Yeah.
So with this new era of blockchain and the road that companies actually have paid for us, the disruptor will come in the form of free-to-play, play-to-earn, meaning that the people who are waiting for scholarships or be able to participate in play-to-earn waiting to participate in the play to earn will have an opportunity to do it themselves, a bit at a smaller scale because the rewards are not that high. However, they can be truly independent of the structure that other companies have set up. So there's nothing stopping somebody playing COGS and 4 or 5 other play to earn games on the same day.
Yeah.
I think we also think that is likely to be the case for a lot of the gamers in Southeast Asia. But we also predict that over time, rewards will taper off, and then people will start getting a bit more savvy, not just in terms of gameplay, but in terms of managing the NFT assets, to flip them, to trade them, to collect sets. That is my goal actually, and I think the team that we've built come from a pedigree of people who have been in the gaming industry for a very long time.
Yeah.
They understand the gamer psyche. We just have to balance out the community's expectations in terms of the features that they want to see with the features that we're currently developing. But I think my goal this year is to be able to see at least another game that will have COGS as a
mechanism or function inside.
That's right. And then people will start to understand, okay, so basically I use them in a tube to play against another person in Slam, but now in this other game I'm using them for something else.
Yeah.
So values of COGS and utilities of COGS will shift from game to game, because sometimes a common tube in Slam might not mean much.
The same thing or something else in another game. Yeah.
But in another game, it could be critical. It could be something that boosts your damage or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's not related. There's no relation for utility cases from game to game, right? Having NFT assets that interoperable means that we can break away from a specific function that we've set aside just for a particular title. Different titles will have different usages for them.
Right. Yeah, I understand. It's a giant new phenomenon that we're experiencing now. It's very interesting. So, Fadz, I won't take up any more of your time, as I said. We'll let you get back to work so we can play this game very soon. I'm very excited for it. Thank you, Fadz, for joining us. Do you have any last words or anything you want to let the community know?
No, thank you for inviting me to your channel, Leon. I hope you get more viewers and subscribers to your content.
Yeah, thank you.
When we should end off the call later. I'll talk to you a bit about us doing a promo. If you will drop about 5 booster packs for your channel, so you can do a quiz and a giveaway.
Hey, that would be very nice. I think viewers would appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Drop me your wax address so we can sort it out.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. We'll end it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Fadz, thank you again.
Thank you very much, guys.
Okay. Alright guys, we'll let Fadz get back to work. Are you ready to win some packs? Okay, what do you have to do? The conditions: you have to like, you have to subscribe, and you have to answer these 5 questions. You have to be the first one to answer them before anyone else, okay? And then you get chosen. So, also, you have to leave your Wax wallet address below. Otherwise, how are we gonna know who to send it to? Okay, first question. What do you earn for free to play? What do you earn for free to play in the Cog Slam game? Question 2. How do you sign up for the beta of the game? How do you sign up for the beta of the game? Question 3. What is the name of the company releasing COGS? What's the name of the company releasing the Cog Slam game? Number 4. How many bosses are there in the Cog Slam game? I know 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't know. Last question. This is especially for the YGG members. How many of you YGG members will have access to the Beta Slam game? How many of the YGG members have access to the Beta Slam game? Alright guys, remember you have to leave your Wax wallet address below, you have to like it, you have to subscribe, and we'll see you next time for the next pack opening. Questions will be chosen and given to the winners.